Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Ty Gibbs Interstate Batteries Darlington Throwback for 2022. As always, take a look at the box. As you can see, the Xfinity cars last year actually still had like the normal window box. They didn't have that new crappy next-gen box. But this is weird because this doesn't have a, Darlington box of any kind. It's just like, a generic Lionel Racing, Joe Gibbs Racing box. So that's kind of crazy. I guess they just didn't want to make a Darlington box since they just have the Darlington sleeve over the next-gen box. I don't know. They made a total of 648 of these things. It's not even labeled as a Darlington Throwback, just Interstate Batteries. So this is a throwback. He ran the regular, Lightning Bolt Interstate Batteries car a few times last year. I don't know why Lionel missed that, but here is the car itself, which is, of course, a throwback to the paint scheme that Bobby Labonte used to run for Interstate Batteries back in the early 2000s. Joe Gibbs Racing himself listed as the 2002 throwback. This is the 2003 version of the car with the diecast over here. Because to me, when I think of this paint scheme, I think of it on the Chevy body. I do not think of it on the Pontiac body. Like I said, that might just be me. I don't know if there was little minor changes to the paint scheme where somebody's going to be like, oh, well, the 2002 is accurate because this one little piece is, 2 inches higher, goes slightly more rounded, but I don't know. I grabbed the 2003 diecast because that's honestly what I think of when I think of this car. Especially because this car's funny to me because Bobby Labonte, there is a little garage auto body shop somewhere that's about a half hour away from me that to this day has a decal of this Bobby Labonte car on the front of its building. I even just checked a week ago just to, see if it was still there, and it is. I don't know, I guess they maybe at some point sold Interstate Batteries or something, or maybe they still do, and that's why they have a picture of the car, but it's hilarious to me that I if I go a certain way to where I'm going, I can just see this car still to this day, and I think that's hilarious. But anyways, let's focus back on the Ty Gibbs. Like I said, it's still the same paint scheme. Got the spikes up the side, you got the little red line. It's the exact same paint scheme. It stayed the same for 2 years. The front end's a little bit different. This, the Bobby Labonte doesn't have this little red on the very front. I don't know if that was on the Pontiac and it's not on this car. They maybe just added this for the throwback. I don't know. But anyways, let's do a quick 360 of this car. This is also one of the, only... Or is it the only one? This might be the only way to get a clean Ty Gibbs diecast for his championship season in Xfinity last year. Because they made his, Sports Clips win. They made this. And was that it? Did he really get no other diecast? I know they offered his Shriners Children's Hospital, which I really wanted that car. That car was beautiful. It was a metallic candy apple red with some, metallic gold and black. It looked beautiful. And that car DNP'd. And they also offered his Cub Cadet car that he ran at Watkins Glen with, the matte black and yellow. That looked really cool. They offered two really good paint schemes for Ty Gibbs, but at that point, Ty Gibbs has already, pissed off a lot of people, and everyone kind of hated Ty Gibbs, so, people still do hate Ty Gibbs, but hopefully he's a little better this year. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Interstate Batteries. You got Toyota Supra, number 54, and Joe Gibbs Racing. Down the side, you have Interstate Batteries. You got Interstate 70 Years. You got Interstate Batteries again, Mac Tools, Siemens, Mobile One, Lincoln Welders, and Sherwin-Williams. Nothing on the C post. On the B post, you have Toyota, Sports Clips, and J.D. Gibbs with the 3 winner stickers up there. Ty Gibbs' name with his little logo. Does have the NASCAR Salutes logo as well as the retro NASCAR logo next to the Xfinity logo. And you see it has the white lettering Goodyear tires. Does have the purple windshield banner and all that normally. On the back, you have Interstate Batteries, Toyota GR Supra, and John 316, number 54. Got Interstate Batteries on the deck lid, nothing on the roof. This is number 370. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. So you got Mobile One and Toyota under there. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Obviously no deck lid or roof flaps on Xfinity cars. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Not a whole lot to talk about with a car like this, just a really nice throwback, and I'm really just glad that they finally ran something different as Interstate Throwback. They run that original Dale Jarrett paint scheme a little too much. It's a good paint scheme, don't get me wrong. I have the 2016 Kyle Busch diecast. I also have Ty Gibbs' version of that Dale Jarrett paint scheme, but it was anytime Interstate Batteries run a paint scheme in 10 years, it's always been the Dale Jarrett car. It's please try something else. And finally they did. So this is honestly one of my favorite Interstate Batteries paint teams of all time. Like, I've just always really loved the look of this car with, like, the black spikes on the side and the little red, like, kind of lightning bolt logos and such. Like, this is honestly my Interstate Batteries car. Like, when I was a kid growing up, like, if I thought of the Interstate Batteries car, this is the car that came to mind. Not that, like, championship-winning paint scheme for Bobby Labonte. Because, you know, in the early 2000s when I was first getting into NASCAR, and by the time I really started to get, like, a bunch of little, like, winter circle diecast and, like, played with them around, like, on the rug or whatever, like, it was this Interstate Batteries car. Like, I had the diecast that was the Chevy body. I don't think I even had this as a Pontiac body, but like I said, technically speaking, if you really want super accuracy, you should get the 2002 version of the car for the original version, not the 3. But again, it's the same paint scheme. The only difference is like the little tiny bit of red that's on like the front of the splitter on the Ty Gibbs isn't on the Bobby Labonte. I have to go look at a photo of the 2002 to see if that's on there. But these cars also do match color a lot closer than most of the time. That's kind of the problem with throwbacks. A lot of time you buy the throwback, when you get the original diecast, the color is like completely different shades. Like, that's kind of what happened to me with the well, again, back to the Dale Jarrett. Because I have the Kyle Busch. I bought the Dale Jarrett, but it was like such a different color that I ended up selling the Dale Jarrett back off because they didn't look good together at all. Same thing with Ty Gibbs' first year Darlington throwback for Interstate Batteries. I just hope that Interstate Batteries takes the Darlington throwback race in Cup now for Ty Gibbs. Please do not let Monster take it. Because Monster's not going to run anything, and it's never going to get offered. And just please, Interstate Batteries, run the throwback race and run another paint scheme. Run like the 2005? Or no. Yeah, the 2005 paint scheme was different. Did it change in 2004, the year after this car? It might have changed a little bit in 2004. I honestly don't remember, but hell, run JJ Yeley's paint scheme for the hell of it. I don't know. But said Ty Gibbs is definitely a very polarizing driver. He's gonna have to be careful though, because if he tries some of the stuff he's been doing in Xfinity, like when he dumped Brandon Jones out of the way for the win, dumped his teammate out of the way, like there's people in Cup that you do not want to mess with. Like Ty Gibbs pisses off Kevin Harvick in his final season where he already said there's like the no fucks given tour. Like, do not piss off Kevin Harvick. Like, if he has a run-in with, like, Logano or, like, Chastain or something, like, it's not going to be pretty. So, hopefully, Ty Gibbs is definitely a little bit... He just needs to mature a little bit. Like, he's definitely a little too aggressive. And then you have moments like, last year, whatever race it was, where on pit road, like, I think it was Ty Dillon, like, maybe went a little wide out of his pit stall and, like, ran into Ty Gibbs a little bit on pit road, and then Ty Gibbs immediately turns left and, like, door slams him on pit road and almost sends him into another pit crew. Like, that was really bad. There's being aggressive, and then that's just, like, that's too far, which hopefully he's learned his lesson never do that again. But like I said, he is the champion. He's definitely a very talented young driver. I would not be surprised if he wins a race in Cup this year already in his first season. Like, a lot of people I don't think realize that how good Ty Gibbs is about to be in Cup, but didn't start too well. His first race, his car in practice immediately caught on fire in the clash. His car just ignited from like the door foam and the exhaust or something while he was just practicing. So that was not a good start to the season. But anyways, if you want this card as a brand new release, you can get it right now. I would not be surprised if the thing gets rare. Said Ty Gibbs cars are, since there's not many of them, I think a lot of them would be popular, especially being a championship year paint scheme and a really beautiful, popular throwback. So, you might want to pick this up soon if you want it. Remember, for all of your diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. So go check that out if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Ty Gibbs Interstate Batteries Darlington Throwback for 2022. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.